All right. Okay, welcome to the 9th lesson. We're gonna go over glides and how to hit with the glides, because this is a poppin' course, and with poppin', we're working on hitting, okay? We're gonna teach glides, teach some of the footwork, and then teach how to move with the footwork. Now here we go. I'm going to start with a simple glide, then I'm going to move on, and then to more difficult glides, and then I'm going to teach how to move within popping with the glides. So the first one, it's more of the basic movements, and just go like this, okay? And even within this, though, we can get more complex. There are a lot of different directions we can go. I'm just going to show over a couple, okay? So with this, I'm just going to put my weight here. I'm going to kind of lean my body forward and then just have that left leg leave, just like that, and have this leg go down like this. All right? And I'm just going, it's bent, and then it's going straight enough only to there, not all the way. Now I place my weight here. And for me, my weight's kind of on the inside, towards the in and not the out, keeping me here, keeping me in, not so I go out. Even though that's a thing too, is going out. So for this one though, I'm staying a little more in though, okay? Now I'm gonna add on to that. We can go play a little bit more with balance too, and it looks like this. Now there's a little rock to it. See this? So now the leg does go all the way back. Before it just stops, right? When the heel hits the ground, touches the ground, the knee stops going back. Now the knee's going to go back all the way, and all the weight, the hips go back. That's what happens. The hips go further back. Rock, rock. Oh, don't lose our balance. Okay, so if you're new to glides, practice that for a little while. Okay, you got the two right here, and then you got this. And this stays relatively still. Okay, now I'm going to move on to another glide. So that you can call the Airwalk, I believe. Now to show a precursor to the side glide by doing this in place. Okay, it's this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. And now we really get our hips into it. Okay, I'm gonna break this down right now. Here, and we can have maybe the heels up, both heels up. We can have the feet in the same position. And now the heel goes back. So remember that first one, that very first version of the Airwalk I showed? The hips don't go all the way back, the leg doesn't straighten. We're just right here. That's the first two parts. 1, 2, 3. So now the hips go back. 3, 4. 1, 2. And so see this? 2, just lifting that leg up at the knee. Not here, not at the hip. We're just bending at the knee. 1, and we can also use these hips for 1. 1. So when I use the hips, I am emphasizing, I am going towards my right now. Boom. So not just forward, here's just forward. And this hip is also emphasized, but for this one, I'm going to emphasize the leg going forward and the accompanying hip with that knee, all right, or with that leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? 1, 2, the hips go back a little bit more each time. Right now the hips are neutral. Now the hips are back. 3, and we're also going to be something like this. It's going to be It happens quickly enough that it's not awkward. If we stay in place, it's a little awkward, the balance. 4, and then the hips go totally back. This stayed relatively the same. This kind of effect, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And now, towards the right, towards the left. Forward towards the left, back towards the right. And that is now the precursor to the side glide. You can do that in place. There's kind of like a groove to it with the hips. And I think where I got this is my friend teaches Afro-Cuban, and there's an Orisha, a deity named Elegua, and some of the movements are like that. Now, I'm definitely no expert in this at all, but it really influenced my gliding a lot, having learned that step. So just to let you know, there's some of that in there. Also probably some influence from Mr. Wiggles and how he side glides. I really noticed how cool it was. He doesn't just go like that. He goes forward and back. So I think there's a little bit of that in there. Okay, moving on though. Here is how we do it traveling. Okay, so I'm going from left to right. To be honest with you, this is how I do it better. So I'm going to do it that way, show you my best way. But you definitely want to know how to do it both ways. And I know how to do it the other way as well. Practice both directions. All right. Whoom. So instead of this now, we're going here. But this hip is still emphasized. It's just a little more challenging. Here, boom, boom, done. Huh, boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're still doing 4 steps here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And there's a little pivot in there now too. You can say 5, or you could say that there's just part of one step has a little extra movement in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. Let's just say it like that, okay? And 1. So that's how we start all over again. We're here, we finished. 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice this, oftentimes with a glide, it's got a perpendicular thing going on. So here's that style of gliding. Sorry I don't have more space, but here's the one where it's really emphasized on being perpendicular. Pigeon-toed, duck-footed, all right? Either in or out. All right, so this one, we're doing a little differently. It goes parallel, then maybe you could do perpendicular, opposite, right there when we land. But here to there, it's the same. It's a different feel of a glide. Here you say it's perpendicular, here you say it's perpendicular, but then boom, boom, okay? All right, and then you emphasize those hips. So we'll display one more time. There you go. Now to add more to it, the hips can also go in the opposite direction of the hips. I didn't say that right. The shoulders can go in the opposite direction of the hips. And you can do it subtly, or you can do it real obvious. You can also swing your arms with it too. All right? So those are a couple different ways to glide. You notice that last one, I just did another little thing there. You can just pivot out. So instead of this, just go out like that. All right? And then you can twist in the opposite direction. So I can go in and out of that, then into that, then stay in place. And then instead of staying just like this, I can go down and up, down, up, down, up. Now we're going to add how to hit with the glides. There are certain moments within the glide that are most opportune for putting a hit in there. So that's what I'm going to explain. And I'm also going to explain what hit exactly I do. All right, so for the one in place, okay, so what I mean to do is this one, just right here. Boom, boom, ha, boom, 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 boom. So the out in. When is it easiest to hit out? Right there. Change your mind. All right. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. That's what works for me. Boom. Oops, my bad. Boom. Ha. Boom. Whoops. Boom. Boom. Ha. Boom. Ha. So I could do this, or I could do this. Here, here, or boom. Ha. Boom. Da. Boom. Ha. Okay? That's one right there. You can also walk your arms so you see two parts. Here, 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 here. All right? Now for the glide with the wobbling balance in place. All right, so this one right here. Here, 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 here. There's two different ones. I guess I did that, but you could also do this. See the difference? Here, this one just goes straight back there. And this one goes up and then down. Oops, my bad. Up and then down. Up. I'm going to do that one right now, okay? We're just going to hit on the way back. Boom. 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 I even like hit while the ball of the foot is raised. Boom, okay? Boom. 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 Now I'm going to hit up and then back. Boom. Ha. Boom. Ha. Boom. Ha. Out, in. Out, in. And then boom. Boom. Ha. I could go back with it. Boom if I want to. Boom. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Or just in place. Boom. And this doesn't move that much. Boom. Ha. Boom. Ha. Or back and forward. Back and forward. Okay. Now for how to hit with the 4-step glide in place. Remember that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hit on step 1 and step 3. Those are the most opportune times to take advantage of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm just not going to talk. Boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, boom. So that's what works best for me. I don't hit at the very end. And then it doesn't, the timing's weird because I don't hit right there and then here right away. There's a movement in between. It's like there's an extra movement in between each hit. Hit, one movement, hit, one movement. Hit, move, hit, move, okay? All right, so now you got that one. Out and in, out and in. And if you're new to this, you can have plenty of time. Don't even worry about this hitting one, or you can maybe try to play with it a little bit. But first, most importantly, just get this footwork right here. And the hip work. There's a lot of nuances to it. And it's also got some really great groove to it as well that's really fun to use in your dance. Now I'm moving on to the side glide with a hit. 1 and 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 ha. So we're just doing what I said before right here. Boom. And I didn't do that right, but what I said just there, what I was doing just there, along with a side glide, and then you're good to go. Here's a display. Boom, da, boom, boom, ha, boom, ha, boom, boom, ch, boom, da, boom, 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 ha, boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, ha. Okay, that makes sense right there. Boom. Now, I just want to freestyle a little bit, okay? So I take those concepts. There's something with here going out and then here going in. Torso goes forward, I hit in. Something about here, torso can go back or it can stay still, but the chest goes out or the diaphragm hits out. In, hit out, hit in, out, hit in, boom, boom, boom. Ha, okay? Okay, so seeing that freestyle, some things I covered there is I sometimes pop for a few counts and then I break, and then I glide. Okay, boom, boom, da, boom, 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 boom. And now how often do I hit while I glide? Sometimes I glide a little bit and then go back, boom, into a hit. Okay, sometimes I glide in a way that I hold that pose, boom, 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 okay? Sometimes I hit every time and I change my body position or angle along with every hit. Boom, 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 ha, boom, 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 ha, boom, 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 ha, boom, okay? See some of those things I play with, you can figure out what you yourself would like to do, and there we go. Here's another freestyle session. Here's another one. I hold it and I go to it. Or I go away from it. And there you go. That's how we glide, and we hit with the glides. We use angles. We use that momentum as always. Okay, now for a short routine. All right, I'm going to do a side glide, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently, just a little bit, just to show you how we can tweak things ever so subtly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It still looks relatively the same. A little bit of difference is I'm really emphasizing the upper body. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 7, 8. So first the leg goes up, bounces up, boom, then hits. So I left gliding for a second to show you though how we can go in and out of the glides with the pops. So 4, 5, 6, 7, boom. So this one's like, it's a bounce. You don't really have to hit it. Just a little bit. I'm tensing maybe a little bit. Just get that stop. And then it's like, let's try to break even higher. Boom. And then it stops at a hit. Okay. So after 4, once again, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so see those times I hit? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do it together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. Sometimes I kept those arms still. I'm gonna leave it for you to decide. Sometimes I moved them with the arms. I like mixing and matching it. Boom, 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 ha, boom, boom. So see, sometimes, I guess I'm going the 747 direction right now. Sometimes I don't move the arms, sometimes I do. Same thing with the glides. Sometimes I don't move those arms, sometimes I do. And there you go. That's how we hit with the glides. Thanks for watching.